It's the semifinals of Ultimate Queen. I'm Chicas Man. I'm joined by
Lexi Diamond.
And this is
The Late Night Tea
Show.
Welcome back, and thank you for joining us here at the Late Night Tea Show. And this is the Ultimate Queen semifinals recap. So, due to RuPaul's Drag Race being extended this year, Ultimate Queen deemed it appropriate to extend our season as well here in Denver, Colorado. And it's great.
We get another week of Ultimate Queen. So the finale will actually be held next week instead of this week. But that didn't stop the top four from performing this week.
This is true. They brought it. They were like, you need a performance? We got one for you. And we were thankful for it.
And hosting, of course, we have Evelyn Evermore.
And joined again by Miss Felony Misdemeanor.
Not only did they host, but they
perform.
Special performances by our hostess.
Professional.
Ooh.
Her favorite genre of music is top 40. The basic bitch will become increasingly more aggressive when this music comes on.
Also, a special performance by our reigning Ultimate Queen,
All-Star
Lacey
Fox Vanderpump. Miss Vanderbuben.
Who is also one of the mentors.
Yes, so it was a nice treat to see the hostesses / mentor actually perform. It really reminded people of
why they're there.
Yeah, why they're there, and why they have so much prestige and they're respected in the community. So it's a very nice treat, and they did a really good job.
It was very entertaining. Also on the Mentors panel, we have Mariah Spanik.
And Miss Bella Gadrola. So the way that this is set up this time is that basically we have our top four performing, and this is the opportunity for the audience to really vote and have a say in what they really want to see basically in the finale and who they want to win. So this was the last opportunity that we as an audience actually got to vote for our favorite performer and like if we wanted to see them in the top. So it was a very sweet, bittersweet opportunity given the fact that next week is the actual finale and we don't have any say after that point. So if you weren't there and you didn't vote, I'm sorry, but that's it, you know?
No more. Voting is closed.
And it also puts more pressure on the performers because if they don't perform well here and they don't please their audiences and their fan base, this could potentially hinder them from actually taking the crown.
It's true. And starting tonight, we have our first contestant going to the finale, Veronica Taylor Michaels.
Sí, señorita.
So across the board, Veronica Taylor got the same critique that this is probably the best they've seen from her.
Yeah.
And I agree. The look was great. The hair was great.
The stage presence was great. I feel like this was definitely the most comfortable we've seen her on stage. Was there hesitation and was there kind of like an overthinking kind of quality to it? Yes. But it's almost what we've come to expect from Veronica in a weird way. And even taking that into consideration, it still was 10 times better than what we've seen her stage presence be.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So this was very refreshing, and it was a very, very solid number from Veronica Taylor Michaels.
Good start to the night.
Absolutely.
And following Veronica Taylor Michaels, our second contestant in our top four, we have Willow Pill.
Willow Pill.
So again, another great performance by Willow Pill. However, some of the mentors thought that this was stuff that we've already seen, and they want to see more from Willow. They expect more from her, especially now in the finale.
Yes. I feel like there was definitely a lot of energy, and I mean her fan base is present.
They were there.
They
were there this
they-
week. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
They were there this week.
They took attendance and they said fan base and they said presents. Like they were there and they really showed their love. So the energy on both sides, from the performer and the audience, it was there, and so it made for a very moving and just a great environment for you to be a part of when you're at the club. But it did kind of have this kind of redundancy quality to it, where there were elements that we'd seen before, and I think that was the biggest critique that she got. And it isn't to say that it was a bad one at that, because they were basically saying like, hey, you're great, we've just seen this before.
Right.
So, could that hinder her towards the finale of the competition? Maybe, maybe not. She's been one of the most consistent performers the entire competition.
Correct. I agree, Lexi, and we'll see what the finale holds for her.
Yes, we will. Moving us right along through the night is the next competitor fighting for her opportunity at the crown. It's Miss Michelle B. Alright, this was very refreshing. This is where we see classic Michelle B really come back with a vengeance, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. Michelle B came in with a lot of energy, and she came in with her classic Latin flavor, and it was something that I honestly had been missing because this was to the fullest degree. The energy was there, the calculated movement was there, the costumes were there. It was amazing, and it was classic Michelle B, and I'm really glad we got to see this again. As far as the judges' critiques, I think something that is very important was said, and I think anyone who's followed Michelle B for a little bit kind of was thinking this, and they addressed it and said that basically the reason why Michelle B is in the competition is to prove the fact that she can and deserves to be in Drag Nation. Since she's already been in Drag Nation a number of times, this is definitely a stepping stone for not only for her, but for everybody else, for her to be equal to anyone deserving to be in Drag Nation, basically.
Needless to say, you can tell Michelle B is going for that crown.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So good job, Michelle B.
Thank you.
And following Michelle B, and also closing off the night, we have our final finalist, Kalila Cortez.
From the House of Cortez. Alright, so, Kalila. I don't know if she took some notes from Reprobabe, or if this is a Cortez thing, but the creep element was there, the like aggressive energy was there,
Yes.
but it just meshed together beautifully with what we've known Kalila be, which is dance and high energy and amazing stage presence, and I think this was definitely a very good night for her.
It was. If I can be blunt, if it was just based on tonight and this week only, I think the crown would have gone Kalila Cortez.
I strongly agree with you. I think this is one of her strongest numbers, and it was different from what we've seen from her before, but I think it was a needed difference, you know, and I think this definitely worked in her favor.
It was definitely refreshing.
Yes.
That being said, there was no complaints for this number.
No, they literally couldn't find words to say anything, which is always a good sign. You left them speechless. I mean, you left the audience with plenty to say.
But good job, Kalila Cortez. And there you have your top 4 finalists.
Top 4 finalists for the semifinal, which will then bring us to the finale next week on Thursday, where we will crown a winner to Ultimate Queen 2018.
And decrown Evelyn Evermore.
I mean, oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh no. So nobody got crowned this week. At least not the top 4.
You mean someone got crowned?
Somebody did get crowned.
Oh my gosh, are you talking about Tyler?
The Drag Dad of Denver got crowned this week.
As the drag dad of Denver, basically.
Pretty much.
This was such a humbling moment for him, I'm sure, and it was very sweet, and I wish I could have been a part of it, because I definitely agree that he deserves the kind of recognition that he got that night.
And technically, you are a part of it, because without Tyler, we wouldn't have this competition. I wouldn't be sitting here. You wouldn't be sitting there.
This is true.
We'd probably be Netflixing and chilling.
I mean, which is also a good option. But we do this for you.
So, of course, a big shout out to Tyler.
The dad of Denver Drag.
Tyler bust his ass for years and years and years for us. And he's never won a crown. He probably gets barely any recognition. So everybody give it up for the king of all kings, the queen of all queens, Taisha.
So good job, and thank you from the Late Night Tea Show.
From the bottom of our bosoms.
From the bottom of my greased up heart.
Thank you for joining us again this week, and as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. We are almost to the end of Ultimate Queen season 2018, which means our recap coverage on it is gonna be over as well. So if there's anything you want to see from us from this Late Night Tea Show YouTube channel, please let us know in the comment section.
And with that, we leave you with this.
Yacht Queen fucked me up.